Hello friends, welcome back. Today's topic is pregnancy and embryonic development. Now when I say about this topic, we need to understand what was taught in the previous video. First of all, there the topic was fertilization and implantation, right? So when the fertilization occurs, it is a fusion of male and female gamete, isn't it? Right? So whenever the fusion occurs, fusion causes the formation of the zygote, and zygote undergoes mitotic division to form the cell which are called as blastomeres, right? So whenever there is the formation of zygote, see, we need to understand the previous video's topic because it relates to this topic. So zygote was a single cell formed after the fertilization, right? This is a zygote. Now this zygote undergoes mitotic division to form the embryo, and embryo is actually, it is first forming the blastocyst. Now see, zygote divides to form blastocyst, which have blastomeres, that is cell formed by the division of the zygote, right? So it is having blastomers. Now these blastomers are divided into two layers or arranged into two layers, right? So which two layers? They get arranged into two layers. Outer one was referred as trophoblast. Okay, outer one was referred as trophoblast, and while the inner one, okay, inner are referred as inner cell mass. So students, there were two layers formed. Okay, so let's say this is the arrangement. This is the outer cell mass, right? This is the outer cell mass, and these are the cells of the outer cell mass. Let's say these are the cell of outer cell mass, right? This is trophoblast. Now when I talk about this is the trophoblast. There is another group of cells referred as inner cell mass also. So these are inner cell mass, right? Okay, inner cell mass. Okay, now what is important? These cells are very important. Trophoblast. This trophoblast forms the finger-like projections, right? You remember this entire place, this will now take place in the uterus because the implantation has already occurred. If implantation is already occurred, then entire process is going to take place in the uterus. So this is, for example, a uterus, right? For example, this is a uterus, right? So when we talk of this, okay, now I will show you. This is the outer cell layer, that is trophoblast. Okay, this is the trophoblast. Now this trophoblast forms finger-like projections which get interdigitated with the uterine tissue. Okay, so these are the finger-like projections of the inner outer cell layer, which is referred as trophoblast, and this helps to interdigitate with the maternal tissue, right? So these projections are referred as chorionic villi. Okay, so these finger like projections are referred as chorionic villi. Now see, trophoblast forms finger like projections. Okay, finger like projections. Okay students, now see, if I say about the finger like projection, they are referred as chorionic villi. Okay, this gets interdigited, right? Interdigited with uterine tissue. So see, this is a tissue of the part which is going to develop the fetus, right? Trophoblast is actually coming from the division of the zygote, and the another tissue is of mother, that is uterine tissue. Now both when get interdigitate like this. See, this is the interdigitation of mother tissue, maternal tissue, right? So that this forms a structure called as placenta, right? This interdigitation of chorionic villi and right and the uterine tissue, chorionic villi and the uterine tissue is going to form placenta, and this is the structural and functional part, right? This is the structural and functional part. This placenta formation now is very beneficial to the inner developing embryo. How? So placenta generally pass two things to embryo, that is oxygen and nutrients to developing embryo. Okay students, so you remember this, that placenta passes oxygen and nutrients to, and it takes the CO2 and excretory waste. So it takes two things. So basically it is helping to transport the things. Now when we talk about this, how it is transferring the nutrition to the embryo. So when I say this, you see over here, this is a developing fetus. Let's say this is a developing fetus. Now placenta is connected to the developing fetus by a cord referred as, this is a cord referred as umbilical cord. What it is called? Umbilical cord. So basically this is an umbilical cord. Okay, so it helps to, umbilical cord helps to transport the nutrient from placenta to the embryo and developing fetus, as well as from fetus to the embryo, uterine tissue, that is placenta, right? It is not only uterine tissue, it is also from the child, right? That is trophoblastic layer. So basically it is to and fro from placenta to developing embryo or inner cell mass, that is going to be developed into fetus, and then fetus to the placenta. Now this is the thing of the main part of the placenta. With it, placenta also act as endocrine tissue, right? And due to this, it secretes several hormones which are secreted only during the pregnancy. Remember this, right? So whenever the pregnancy test is done from the urine, the hormone is secreted actually from placenta. So which hormones are secreted? So let's say HCG, that is human chorionic gonadotropins, right? Second is HPL, that is human placental lactogen. Then next one is that is relaxing in the later stage, relaxing in later stage. Now students, remember this of pregnancy. So these are only secreted, these three hormones only secreted during pregnancy, only secreted during pregnancy. Remember this, okay? So this is about the hormonal part. Now whenever there is a pregnancy, right, it also elevates the certain other hormones, right? So which hormones are elevated during this pregnancy part, right? Certain, let's say certain other hormones are also elevated, certain other hormones are also elevated, right, during this period, that is pregnancy, right? Which hormones? That are thyroxine, right? Thyroxine, prolactin, right? Cortisol, and with it estrogen and progesterone. Estrogen and progesterone. Now students, what is the role of this? Okay, so whenever we talk about this, why these hormones are increased in maternal blood, right? This is in maternal blood, right? Maternal blood shows increase in these hormones at this phase. This is to maintain the proper fetal growth, right? To maintain the uterus wall and even the maintenance of the entire metabolic activity. So these are necessary for fetal growth, then metabolic activities of mother and maintenance of uterus walls. So this is about the function of the elevation in the hormones. So students, this is about the outer part, right? That is trophoblast, which is going to develop in placenta. Now what is the fate of the inner mass? Let's see that. Okay, so let me clean this and then we will see what is the fate of the inner mass. So students, if I talk about the inner mass, right? Inner cell mass develops into the differentiate when it undergoes division. Inner cell mass differentiate into the three germinal layers. First, there will be the differentiation of the ectoderm and endoderm, right? Soon inner cell mass differentiate into the germinal layers, right? Now which are germinal layers? Germinal layers means we have already studied in standard 11 chapter number 4 animal kingdom, that what will be the role of these germinal layers. These germinal layers are going to form the organs and tissues of the body. So this is the case that it differentiates into germinal layers, that is ectoderm and endoderm develops first, right? And then later mesoderm appears or mesoderm develops. So there is the formation of this all the three germinal layers, and these three germinal layers will form tissues and organs and entire organ system of the body. Okay, so this is the case that entire part is developed from ectoderm, endoderm, and later the mesoderm develops and then entire body is formed. So students, now we will see the how actual development occurs. Okay, now students, we will see that how the changes during the pregnancy occurs in the embryo, right? So the pregnancy period in case of humans, right? When we talk about the humans, pregnancy period, okay, pregnancy period in case of humans is of 9 months. Okay, now during this 9 months several changes occurs. In each and every month there is a small number of changes, but we are seeing the major changes, right? So after the first month, right, when I talk about after first month, that is 4 weeks. Okay, so after the first month the embryo's heart is formed, right? Embryo's heart is formed. Okay, now when I talk about the embryo's heart is formed, the first sign of the growing embryo can be understood by listening the sound by the help of stethoscope carefully, right? Okay, so growing embryo, first sign, right? First sign is heart sound that can be, which can be listened by, by what I say, stethoscope, right? Okay, so this is the case of the first one. Now as time passes, right? So during the second month, at the end of second month, right, that is of approximately how many weeks? 8 weeks, right? This is the first trimester going on. First 3 months is referred as first trimester, then next 3 months is second, and third 3 months are third trimester. So this is the case of first trimester. At the end of second month, right, body undergoes developments, right, like limbs and digits are formed, that is legs and hands and its digits, fingers, right, these are formed. So digits are formed. Okay students, limbs and digits are formed at the end of the trimester, that means after 12 weeks or third month. At the end of trimester, that is third month, right, third month or 12 weeks. Okay, body is well developed. Okay, major organs are formed. Okay, so body well developed and major organs are formed, like we can say limbs and external genitalia, right, external genitalia are formed, they appear clear. Okay, so this is the case of the third month. Now during the fifth month, okay students, at the fifth month what you can see? So during the fifth month you will be able to see fetal movement. Okay, and also appearance of hairs on head. Okay, so this is the case of fifth month. Now at 24 weeks, during or at the time of 24 weeks, what we can see? Fine hairs on the body. Okay, fine hairs on the body. So we can see developing hairs on the body. After that, what we can moreover observe, that eyelids get separate, right? Eyelids get separated and eyelashes are formed. So these are the changes occurring during the pregnancy time, and at the 9th month the fetus has completely developed, right, and it is now ready for the delivery, right? So we can say it young one, right? Fetus has been converted into young one, right? Okay, now this is ready for the delivery. So now we will see in the next video, right, that is parturition and lactation. Thank you.